The great Louie Shelton talks about the guitar solo from Lionel Richie's Hello on Rocky String Music. I'm going to go backwards with you for Hello, where I heard you say that the Wiggles, speaking of Australia, had recorded a version of Hello and they couldn't get the solo down, so they asked you to do it?
Yeah, yeah. It was one of the an individual one of the Wiggles was doing a solo album. That's what it was, and yeah, they asked me to come in, and so they flew me down to Sydney to do that solo, um, which was very nice of them. So I had to learn it because I'd never played it, other than the time I recorded it.
Yeah.
But that was that was probably one of the most spontaneous things that ever happened to me in the studio, because I've told the story where I had a message that Lionel was looking for me because he wanted me to do a solo. And when they were recording the track, Lionel was laying down a guide vocal. And when it came to the solo, he hummed a solo that he said he wanted the guitar to play. And they had given that solo to three other guitar players, and they came in and recorded it, what he hummed, and he didn't like it. So
You're not going to tell
they,
me who those three guitarists are you?
I don't even know who they were,
Okay.
but so I went down to record the solo. I learned. They sent me a cassette with that thing that Lionel hummed, and I learned it, and I went down to record it, and Lionel wasn't there yet, so we set up my amp and all, and I recorded that solo that he hummed, and I didn't like it either. It didn't translate to guitar, and I said, give me another track, and let me just give you another option. And the solo on the record is the next thing that I played, and I had never thought about it and never considered it other than that moment right there. Just roll the tape and let me play something. And Lionel walked in just as he had heard it as he's coming down the hall. And he said, "Man, I don't know what I heard coming down the hall, but it sounded like a hit record to me." And he was thrilled with it. He was finally happy with the solo. I said, "Well, it's not what you hummed." He said, "Oh, no, that's not what." He said, "The next thing you played, that's what I wanted to."
Yeah.
He was putting me on a little bit, but
A good idea
he,
is a good idea no matter where it came from, right?
yeah. But he was one of the nicest guys I ever worked with, and very appreciative to all the musicians. Very talented guy too, Lionel.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
watch him on American Idol. I'm going, the guy's still such a likable human being. I know it's TV, but you can't fake that. I mean, it's just,
Well, he's come to Australia several times. I always go see him, and his performance on stage, it's just magic. He just has a way with an audience, and just such a great performer. You know,
up where
yeah.
we belong. I remember reading that Jennifer Warnes had posters of Joe Cocker at Woodstock in her bedroom when she was growing up, which I never knew till a few days ago. How did you get that session? I mean, how did that go?
I don't know. I forget who called me for that, but because I wasn't really doing sessions, as I wasn't, you know what I mean? I was producing, and it was just on rare occasions I would get a call and I would say, "Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and do it." It happened with Whitney Houston and Lionel Richie, Joe Cocker, and a few others, where that was almost the only thing I did that year, and it went to number one. You know, but I remember Abe Laboriel was the bass player, who's a great musician, and Ndugu was on the drums. He's no longer with us. It was a great. Mitch Holder was the other guitar player, um, and the session started at 7. Joe Cocker showed up at 2 a.m. That's 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 the Joe Cocker session. But we had the track cut already anyway. Yeah.
You know what David Page said? David said when Joe forgot the words to a song, he'd shout into the mic, he'd just or whatever. I'm going, okay, sure. Whatever gets your whatever, your angst out, that's okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Keep looking for our entire interview with Louie Shelton. It'll be at the very top of the description. When it's ready, we'll put it on all the videos. Remember, if you want to support the channel, at the very top of the description as well, there are links where you can join our Patreon or make a donation to the channel. But if you like what you hear and see, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like our videos, share them on social media, and make a comment. We read all the comments. We'll have more from Louie Shelton in the next few days. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.